The political atmosphere inside the Philippine Senate took another dramatic turn as a scheduled plenary session failed to begin on time due to the absence of several members of the majority bloc. While the majority seats remained largely empty, senators from the minority faction arrived complete and ready for the proceedings, creating a striking image that immediately fueled discussions about the growing divisions within one of the country's most powerful institutions. As the scheduled session time approached, Senate personnel, reporters, and observers expected lawmakers to gather and continue discussions on key national issues. Instead, attention quickly shifted to the noticeable absence of majority senators. The empty seats sparked questions throughout the chamber and raised fresh concerns about the state of unity inside the Senate. For weeks, tensions have been building among lawmakers. What initially appeared to be disagreements over procedure gradually evolved into a broader political struggle involving leadership, Senate independence, and the future direction of the chamber. Monday's delayed session became the latest and perhaps most visible sign that divisions remain far from resolved. Members of the minority bloc arrived before the session and took their places inside the hall. Their complete attendance contrasted sharply with the situation on the majority side. As minutes passed and the session remained unable to proceed as scheduled, speculation intensified. Many political observers noted that attendance in legislative sessions often carries political meaning. In institutions like the Senate, physical presence is not merely about showing up for work. It also reflects political solidarity, alliance building, and confidence in leadership. The timing of the incident added even more significance. The Senate has recently been the center of intense debates involving internal procedures and the powers of the chamber. Discussions surrounding proposed changes to SEN. 8 operations have exposed disagreements that extend beyond ordinary legislative differences. At the center of the controversy is the issue of remote participation and online voting during Senate sessions. Supporters of the proposal argue that modern technology should be utilized to make legislative work more flexible and efficient. According to them, allowing senators to participate remotely under certain circumstances would ensure continuity of operations, even when lawmakers cannot physically attend sessions due to official engagements or unforeseen circumstances. Critics, however, strongly disagree. For them, the Senate is not simply a venue for casting votes. It is a place where lawmakers engage in direct debate, negotiate compromises, challenge opposing views, and represent the interests of their constituents face-to-face. Several senators have argued that removing physical presence from the legislative process could fundamentally change the character of the institution. As those debates unfolded over the past several weeks, tensions inside the Senate steadily increased. What was once a technical discussion about procedure gradually transformed into a larger battle over principles and institutional authority. The disagreements became increasingly visible to the public. Lawmakers exchanged pointed remarks. Political alliances came under scrutiny. Questions emerged about the direction of Senate leadership and the future relationship between majority and minority blocs. Those tensions reached a critical point when minority senators staged a dramatic walkout during earlier discussions. The move immediately captured national attention. The walkout signaled that the dispute had gone far beyond routine legislative disagreement. It demonstrated the depth of concern among senators who believed that fundamental Senate traditions were at stake. Although Senate sessions continued afterward, the political damage appeared difficult to repair. The events that followed only reinforced perceptions that divisions remained deeply rooted. Monday's delayed session became another chapter in that unfolding story. Inside the chamber, lawmakers and staff waited as uncertainty grew. Conversations among observers focused not only on who was absent, but also on why they were absent. Was it simply a scheduling issue? Was it a political statement? Or was it evidence of deeper disagreements taking place behind closed doors? Those questions quickly became the focus of discussion. The absence of majority senators also renewed attention on recent comments made by lawmakers regarding the internal dynamics of the chamber. Some senators have publicly suggested that not all members of the majority coalition are fully comfortable with the current political situation. In previous interviews, Senator Raffy Tulfo hinted that some lawmakers appeared uneasy during recent controversies. According to Tulfo, body language and reactions observed during earlier confrontations suggested that not everyone in the majority bloc agreed with the direction events were taking. His remarks fueled speculation that internal frustrations may be growing. Although no senator openly confirmed such claims, the comments generated widespread discussion among political observers. Many began questioning whether the majority coalition remained as united as it appeared on paper. That speculation gained renewed momentum following the delayed session. Political analysts note that coalition politics in the Philippines can be highly fluid. Unlike parliamentary systems where strict party discipline often dominates decision-making, Philippine senators traditionally exercise significant independence. Alliances can shift depending on circumstances. Lawmakers frequently cooperate across political lines. Support can vary from issue to issue. This flexibility has long been a defining feature of the Senate. At times, it enables compromise and consensus building. At other times, it creates uncertainty, and the current situation appears to reflect the latter. Behind the procedural disputes lies a broader conversation about the Senate's role in Philippine democracy. Many senators have emphasized the importance of preserving the chamber's independence. The Senate has historically served as a venue for rigorous debate and scrutiny of government policies. Its ability to function effectively depends on maintaining public confidence and institutional credibility. For that reason, disagreements over rules and procedures carry consequences beyond the Senate walls. They affect public perceptions of governance itself. Observers argue that legislative institutions are strongest when differences are managed through transparent debate and mutual respect. When disputes become increasingly personal or political, the effectiveness of those institutions can suffer. This concern has become a recurring theme in discussions about recent Senate developments. The leaders. HIP of the chamber has repeatedly emphasized the need for stability. Senate President Peter Cayetano has called for restraint amid the growing tensions. He has urged senators to focus on their constitutional responsibilities rather than becoming consumed by political conflict. His message reflects a broader concern shared by many lawmakers that prolonged internal disputes could distract the Senate from addressing national priorities. Those priorities remain substantial. The country continues to face economic challenges, infrastructure concerns, public service issues, and security matters that require legislative attention. Every delay in Senate proceedings potentially affects the pace of government action. That reality places additional pressure on lawmakers to find common ground. Yet finding common ground is often easier said than done. Political disagreements rarely disappear overnight. Differences involving institutional principles can be especially difficult to resolve. Many senators believe they are defending values essential to the Senate's future. When both sides see themselves as protecting the institution, compromise becomes more complicated. That dynamic appears increasingly evident in the current situation. Despite their differences, however, lawmakers understand that the Senate cannot remain divided indefinitely. The chamber's constitutional responsibilities require cooperation. Legislation cannot advance without participation. Investigations cannot proceed effectively without coordination. National issues cannot be addressed without engagement from both majority and minority members. Ultimately, the Senate functions best when disagreement coexists with institutional respect. Whether that balance can be restored remains one of the central questions facing the chamber. Meanwhile, the public continues to watch closely. Filipinos have long viewed the Senate as one of the nation's most influential democratic institutions. Its debates often shape nation. All conversations, its investigations frequently uncover issues of public importance. Its members play significant roles in determining the country's political direction. For that reason, developments inside the chamber rarely go unnoticed. The delayed session attracted attention not merely because of attendance numbers, but because of what those numbers may symbolize. To many observers, the empty majority seats represented more than a temporary absence. They reflected the uncertainty surrounding the current political landscape inside the Senate. The image of minority senators waiting while proceedings remained stalled became a powerful visual representation of ongoing tensions. Whether those tensions ultimately lead to major political realignments remains uncertain. Some analysts believe the dispute will eventually cool as senators return their focus to legislative priorities. Others argue that the divisions revealed in recent weeks point to deeper structural disagreements that may continue reshaping Senate politics for months. Both possibilities remain plausible. Political institutions often experience periods of turbulence before reaching a new equilibrium. The challenge lies in ensuring that disagreements strengthen rather than weaken democratic processes. For now, lawmakers continue navigating a complicated political environment. Every statement, attendance record, and procedural vote is being closely examined. Every action is viewed through the lens of the broader conflict unfolding inside the chamber. As future sessions approach, attention will remain focused on whether senators can bridge their differences. Will the majority coalition regain its momentum? Will concerns raised by the minority be addressed? Can Senate leadership restore confidence and unity within the institution? These questions remain unanswered. What is clear is that the events surrounding the delayed session have become part of a larger story about power, leadership, and governance. The Senate remains a critical pillar of Philippine democracy. Its ability to function effectively matters not only to lawmakers, but also to millions of Filipinos who depend on the institution to represent their interests. The coming weeks will likely determine whether recent tensions mark a temporary disruption or the beginning of a more significant political transformation. Until then, the image of a session hall waiting for lawmakers to arrive serves as a reminder that politics is often shaped as much by absence as by presence. Behind every empty seat lies a message. Behind every delay lies a story. And inside the Philippine Senate, that story continues to unfold with consequences that could extend far beyond the walls of the chamber itself.